Now, it's common to hear people being admonished to respect authority, but for a member of the New Patriotic Party's communications team in the Jamai South constituency of the Bunu region, his lesson was learned the hard way. Israel Bafor Asare has been lashed 40 times for describing the Queenmother of the Drobo traditional area in that constituency with some unpleasant words. Nanaya Answa took offense after Bafor addressed a news conference detailing what led to his party's defeat in the constituency's parliamentary election during last week's poll. Let's hear from Israel Asare, who denies any wrongdoing.
I had a call from the house that some guys were looking for me. So because I was not ready to go to the house at that particular time, I gave them the direction to where I was at that time. So the guys came, they were three. And upon arrival, one of them asked that am I the one who wrote some things on Facebook some time ago, and about 3 or 4 days ago, I'm the one who went to write some stupid things on Facebook. So they are looking for me at the palace. As a matter of fact, I wanted to ask the person a question. Then the second person also came in and said that, as for the Queenmother, if you don't know and you say anything against it, you kill you in this town. So I was like, what is happening? So the guy who said needed that the palace repeated the same statement. So as to whether I will go or I will not go, whether I was going to talk or not, I just saw the two of them started beating me. And as a matter of fact, they beat me from that place up to where the palace is, through town. I was working with them in town, and they were beating me just like that from where I was up to where the palace was. So when we got to the palace, there were 4 people at the palace. 3 of them were young guys, and then one was an elderly man. So the 3 who were young guys joined the 2 who were beating me already by bringing some sticks. There were some trees at the palace, so they plucked some of the sticks, so the branches of the tree, and then they started beating me up with the sticks. In fact, it was a very horrible scene because it was 5 people on one person beating me left, right, center. So all I could do was to protect my eyes from getting hit. So I covered my eyes with my hands, and then I let the whole body to them, and then they were beating me left, right, center. So when the action continued for about 4 or 5 minutes, then the elderly person who was the 4th person in the palace when we arrived told them that, okay, it's okay now, allow him to go. Then they all stopped and they asked me to leave the palace. So I left the palace, and then from there, my very first point of call was the police station. And then I was given a medical form. I went to the hospital, and they treated me, and then they discharged me. Then I went to the house with the medicine that were given to me. So it is not true that it was in the form of settling disputes or probably like in the court of law or whatever, for them to say that I was guilty of any sin or I was guilty of any offense. And for that matter, the punishment for that is 40 lashes. Nothing of that sort happened. Nobody asked me about anything as to what I've done. Nobody asked anything. Apart from they saying that I'm the one who went and wrote something on Facebook, and for that matter, I've insulted the Queenmother, so they leave me at the palace. That is the only thing they said. Apart from that, nobody asked me whether it was true, whether it was not true. Nothing. So they took me to the palace, they beat me, and they asked me to come back. So it wasn't like they gathered and then they adjudicated the case and asked me to receive the punishment. No, it is not like that. Nothing of that nature happened. They just took me to the place, beat me up, and then asked me to come back. That's all. The Queenmother is on board, on YEA board, and then Lands Commission board. And upon our investigations, we saw that many factors led to the reason why we lost, the NPP lost the parliamentary seat in German South here. And one of them was the board members who were on board appointed by Nanado and campaigned against the preferred candidate of Nanado Danko Kufuor. So in the press conference, we said that all those who are on board and campaigned against Nana Danko Kufuor's preferred candidate should not be allowed to continue to be on board, because if they like Nanado, they wouldn't campaign against his candidate. So if they were able to do that campaign for him, for his candidate to lose, then those people should be taken off board. I don't know if somebody want to tell me that this is an insult. If you say